Jason, before we start, can you introduce that young man?
This here is Avery Blanks, my boy.
I heard he was a third grader.
Second.
Second grade, that's right, big second grader.
That's
Atta boy.
That was the best 2 years of Raleigh's life.
Yeah. He just got harder after that.
That's going nuts.
All right, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Nate?
Present.
Raleigh? Here. John?
Here.
Kevin?
Here.
Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, need a motion for consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Public input. It's the time and place for discussion items not already on the agenda, with the time limit of 3 minutes each. All right. Review of Lisbon Historical Preservation CLG Annual Report.
Becky's online.
Beck,
Yeah,
it's you.
I'm just here, so if anyone's got any questions or concerns about what our annual report is, I'm here to answer any questions or anything like that. If not, it's all pretty self-explanatory, it's all right there.
If we make any questions for Becky about it?
No,
All right, we're done with you, Becky, thanks.
Okay,
Resolution 05-2026, property lien for utility fees.
This is for 403 North Jackson Street, for $483.77. This is for utility fees. It's a vacant residence that's for sale. I don't know the status of where that's headed, but this is just following through with our processes.
How many months is that? 3, 4 months?
At least, yeah, it's updating the amount, and it's for 2 of their properties, so
Oh.
it's a combined total.
It's a split
Yeah.
house, if you will.
No. Motion to approve.
A motion to a second.
I second it.
Nate?
Aye.
Raleigh?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Kevin? Resolution 06-2026, library board member.
Elizabeth, do you want to go over this?
So we have a Kim Hayes. She's in Lien County, rural. So she'd be our rural member, and she's a regular library supporter and patron. So I think she's interested in the position to take over. Chris Barr just stepped down, so after she moved out of town. So I think she'd be a good candidate.
Motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion and second. Kevin?
Yay.
John?
Aye.
Raleigh?
Yay.
Aye.
We both, you guys said yay. I thought you both said nay. That's when you ride the horse.
The public hearing for engineering report on preliminary plat for the City of Lisbon EMS District for March 9th, 2026.
Snyder and Associates, that you guys approved for last time to set the EMS districts. This is part of keeping that process moving forward for a vote for the EMS district. Need a motion for a March 9th public hearing.
So moved.
Do a motion to a second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Correspondence?
None tonight.
City engineer report.
I'll cover that, and Travis can cover it too.
Public works.
I'll let him go for that stuff. What we got is, the radiator went out of the dump truck, that's getting fixed. Luckily, we didn't get that much snow our last snow. It did take us a little longer to get the town done than normal because that truck was down. Other than that, we're gonna start, hopefully weather permitting, getting some of these potholes filled. And we're gonna keep working on, we're trying to get maintenance and organization done at the two shops.
Travis, with this kind of a warm up weather we're having, you know, there's a block of cement on, I think it's East Market, where by all the evergreen trees. It's gone, it's down to gravel. It's where Dave Zahort used to live.
Yeah. That's what the patch is for.
Oh, that's a patch?
Yeah, we'll put patch in there.
Okay, I thought patch meant for road, but patch means for sidewalk also.
Oh, yeah, we don't do sidewalks, so.
So what are we gonna do if somebody walks and falls?
Where's this at?
This is
On Market itself or on, what was the other street?
on
Monroe?
no, on Market itself, right at the corner. Right before Zahorik's and
They dug that in, so
Schmitz.
that's gonna get fixed this spring.
Was that like
It was,
utility project?
yes.
Well, it's like a 6-7 inch drop, and then it's rocks. I'm talking somebody at nighttime, there's no
Yeah,
light.
yeah, I know what you're talking now. Well, I'll call Alliant. That was Alliant for that gas. Yeah, for the church. Yep, I'll
Do
call
we need to
them.
gravel it
It
until?
has gravel
until
right
they
now.
do it?
We'll bring it up to grade with gravel, they will. We'll bring it up to grade with gravel, and then
Okay.
they'll come back in.
I just
They'll
think
come
we
back-
need-
Yeah,
I just-
sorry, I thought you were talking in the street itself.
I just
Yep.
think that needs addressed.
Yep,
I mean,
nope,
I'm not talking about during the day, I'm talking at nighttime, somebody walking in
Yep, nope, you're right. I'll call them.
city sidewalk, and
Yeah.
there's no sidewalk there.
And the line would be, I would think, responsible because of the,
Well, it'd be a bad battle that we can get fixed before that happens.
oh, yeah.
Anything else anything for Travis? Parks and Rec.
We have 1 week of boys basketball left. We started registrations for spring soccer today, so that will start towards the end of March. And then we're just working on putting together stuff for an Easter event. I got a meeting on Wednesday with my park board, so hopefully we'll have information out on that as it's pretty early this year. I think first week of April, so. That's it.
Anything for Graydon? Police Department.
Jason.
Any questions on the report? Do you guys, it was submitted to you, correct? Tasha, should we got to you?
I didn't get it in time for the
We
packet.
didn't get a packet, no.
No, how you doing? How you doing?
Okay.
What was there,
I'm sorry.
one or two hires last time we were here?
Yeah, so we're just going through the backgrounds, ready to make the offers on 2 candidates right now. Other than that, things have been pretty steady as far as
Everything going
nothing
forward?
crazy, going good, going easy. So
Anything for Jason?
No, that-
Ambulance.
I'll cover some of that in mine.
Library?
We have a couple of spring break events that we're planning, so we'll do a slime event and a map making event. And Meredith, our children's librarian, started a new art club that got 16 kids to show up. We didn't advertise it very much, so 16 kids showed up and really enjoyed it, and decorated a tiny museum that she got in the library. So they're going to do that every month with a new art piece each month in our tiny museum. So it's really neat. There's a Facebook post on there that has been viewed several hundred times, maybe 500 or 600 times. So people really like it. And I'm going to be working on getting a health walking and cooking club started in March. And I'm working with the Cornell College kinesiology department on it. I want to talk to Drayton about it too and see if Parks and Rec wants to be involved. But we're going to walk around the neighborhood and make some healthy food. So that's everything.
I'm sure they'll be glad to help out with that. We got anything for Elizabeth? Fire Chief.
As of this weekend, grass fire season has officially started. So we had one of those down helping Solon out. Obviously winter's probably far from over, however, with the dry conditions and the lack of snow, if you're tuning in or will tune in, any type of prairie burns that you feel you cannot handle, I would rather you give us a call so we can assist you with that. At least if we're going to get called there, at least do it when we can plan for it versus getting called and spend half a day there. So Obviously, if you need us, we'll come do it, but if it's something you can't handle, please just let us know, and we'll try to work with you to assist getting it done. And it's good training for our guys as well, especially with 2 new pumps on the new grass truck and the new sliding unit for the mule. It'd be good for them to get to work, so appreciate that. That's all I have, Fire.
Anything fire chief? The administrator.
Last week we had our staff and safety meeting, had a little luncheon here. It was Marcia's last day. She provided lunch for everybody, which was really nice, and had a good meeting there. One thing I want to address, reference Public Works. Last Saturday night, we received some sort of a power surge or glitch. I think it was pretty much citywide and over in Mount Vernon. It took down a few things down at the sewer plant, but we turned in a claim for insurance on that. We'll be getting that addressed. So everything's working currently. They've got a little workaround to keep the pump and the other unit running. So Travis has been working with the electrician, and we got a new one ordered and working with the EMC on the claim on that. So everything's going as it should there.
So with that, I know I told you guys last meeting, or during my budget time, that I wasn't gonna need to buy a pump. Wasn't foreseeing the power dipping like it did, so when this comes through, just know that this is one of those unforeseen things. It's not a maintenance issue.
So was it a surge?
They dropped
a leg of the 3-phase, so they were down to 2. I know there's several people in town that had TV issues. Business north of town lost their computer, got fried. So basically they're down to two phase, and it dimmed. Some lights went out. I think Jason was dealing with uptown Mount Vernon. They had issues with the traffic lights and what have you. So not anything we could prevent on our end. No. So City Hall on last Friday, we were in here and couldn't figure out what the smell was, and the sewer backed up into the men's restroom. So we had Roto-Rooter come out. Apparently this happened about 6-7 years ago. Basically it gets plugged every once in a while where the old building meets the new building, because there's 2 different types of pipe there. So everything was cleaned out and all done as of today. So everything's back running as it should. Had a meeting with Alliant Energy over franchise fees. Currently, our franchise agreement with Alliant is set to expire, so we have to renew that agreement. It's going to be coming here in the next couple of months. I know that CDG had mentioned about franchise fees when you include those agreements. So I'm right now gathering data from Alliant on what that looks like, other towns, what they're doing for that. But basically what it is, it's another way to have like a project fund. You know, I know that there was discussion last meeting or the one before about Washington Street and doing projects like that without having to go to loan or bond. That's a good way to utilize funds for those types of projects. I'm planning to gather all this information and bring it before you. I also have a member of Alliant here to go over it with you. It'll probably be in the next 30 days, so I can gather that stuff and be able to answer all the questions you have for that. Also met with rep from Musco Lighting in reference to the sports complex. They're in the process of putting together a quote for both sets of lights to include the bases at the foundations. What I'd like to do is get at least the foundations and the wiring to those foundations during the construction phase, so then that way we're not going back through and tearing up that ground later to bore that or trench in those wires. So hopefully here soon we'll have a quote for that. Raleigh, I haven't forgotten about your overtime breakdown. We're still compiling that together. The response that we had really wasn't from cities in and around our area, other than just a couple. So we spot checked, and Christina sent out 5 or 6 towns like ours to compare with. The one thing I will mention though, so far we did the breakdown and there was a significant drop off in the amount of overtime that was paid last year in comparison to the previous year. So just a heads up, but I'll have that hopefully at the next meeting.
I appreciate that.
The all-paid system, which some of you probably have no idea what that is, but that is the system that we go through to pay online payments for water bills and utility payments, golf carts and all that. There's a fee that's assessed to that system that company gets. It's nothing that the city gets. Right now, I think for 1 cent to like $50,000 or something like that is $1.50. That's going to be going up to $2.50. So it's a $1 increase going forward. So what I would suggest doing is come down and fill out the paperwork for auto pay. Then we pull the funds automatically. You don't have to worry about that fee. There's still a lot of people that call over the phone or stop in with a card. But anytime you do that, just know that there's going to be a $2.50 fee most likely, and it doesn't go to the city. It's not us creating it. It's just
That's understandable, that's their business, yeah.
Yep.
But
So-
we're passing it on to the payee, the
Exactly.
payer.
correct.
A lot of businesses,
So-
restaurants do that.
You're right.
So when they do it, the system just takes it. We don't ever receive it. It just goes
No.
on their card, but it goes directly to them for the transaction, just transaction fee. So just so everybody knows, it's going to go up $1, and at some point it might just be easier to come down and fill out the paperwork and let us handle it. Drayton and I received an email from Turf Tank. That's that little robotic painter that we have. There's some new options with that. Obviously new options comes with new costs, but the new option is for painting parking lots. What's nice with that is we have that paint spray that we have currently. Obviously that's more like of a roadway, runway paint sprayer, so it works for what we're doing. But we may be looking at this as an option to do, just to see at least what it's about, and if it's something that would benefit us, the school, over at downtown, and then at the sports complex. So
What would you do? You say a parking lot, I mean, you'd have a parking lot here. I mean, I see it benefit more of the school than it does us.
You could do Main Street with
well,
it.
You could stripe the whole thing.
if you put that pod down there, that would be considered a parking lot, and then you'd have the 2 lots out there. We would have the lot here.
So you could stripe like the parking stripes.
Yeah, just the 2 blocks of Main Street, not like the center lines going down the road. But yeah, basically you come in, you shut off the block, program it, it's done in an hour.
So just something we're looking at, just passing it on. We'll see what comes of it.
I mean, I seen that on the video, so it looked pretty sweet how they did it.
Dave is working through the timelines for well 5, so we can get a little bit more understanding of when they're going to come in, finish that. As you know, that it's important to get to that threshold by the end of the year because we have that grant money that we received from Lien County. So he's working on getting the official timeline for that. And then, as I mentioned last time, MediaCom is going to be doing a substantial project in town. From what I gather right now, it's kind of basically Market Street to South Street, basically through the heart of town. And it's going to be an underground boring of that. So Dave is working through all of the permits for that. And we've had one meeting with MediaCom. We're going to try to have them bore on the opposite side of our water mains, just so we don't have to deal with it, because typically we are the lowest for obvious reasons with frost and whatnot, so everybody's usually above us, and then we have to deal with it when we have issues. So we're trying to utilize both sides of the right-of-way for that.
With that, just let people know and you guys know, you're gonna have 2 city employees going through everybody's yard, the fronts, GPS and all their curb boxes, and then MediaCom will probably have an outside firm come in and mark their sewer, and we're gonna GPS that too. So we have that information. It's another bonus for us if we ever have to dig in the area. We don't have to pay to get that located. Somebody else already paid for it, and we got it in GPS, so.
The budget, we've been still going through that. We have the first draft just about wrapped up. As soon as I get the documents from Dave and a couple other things, we'll have that. One thing of a change that's kind of a headache, if you will, the ambulance service, from our understanding now, Jake emailed us on Friday, so those changes will actually take effect the following fiscal year, so it's not this July, it'll be the following July, which substantially changes our budget as for how we're operating this year. It's also come to my attention too that this is going to be an additional tax and not part of the it'll be outside of the current general fund. So Jake's working through that, and I'm sure at the next meeting, one of the next couple meetings, he'll be addressing that with you guys. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention, so we're going to have to kind of go back and redo a little bit of that and figure that out, how it's going to work. So just know that that could be coming. And then City Hall will be closed Monday for President's Day, just as a reminder, and it's on the door out there. So happy to answer any questions that you have.
Questions for Raleigh? Or for Raleigh? For Brandon?
Thanks.
You going snowmobiling anytime soon again?
Hope so.
Just gave me a compliment. Right. Christina?
Full swing in budget and enjoying working with Bree. We're taking the opportunity of her being new to update a lot of our policies and handbooks in the process. So, because she's got to do stuff step by step, so it's a good time to do it.
So when you update those policies and stuff, does that have to come before council?
Well, it's not so much those, it's just how we do the procedures in the office. Like, some of these haven't been updated since I was the last newbie, or Marcia was the last newbie, so it's just
Okay.
updating how we do things.
Okay.
It's more like processing policy.
Right.
Not handbook related.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything for Christina? Nate?
I don't have anything today.
Ron?
No.
Jen?
Nothing.
Kevin?
Nothing.
All right, I got nothing. Meeting adjourned.